What if I told you that one of your favorite Big Bang Theory stars pulled a little trick that left the whole crew speechless? Yes, something happened on set that people still talk about, and trust me, you will want to see this story all the way to the end. But here is a warning. Make sure you are alone when you check this, because it is a bit personal. Before we get into it, let us set the stage. The Big Bang Theory ran for 12 seasons, and everyone knows it was packed with jokes, science, and some really memorable characters. But behind the cameras, the cast and crew had their own kind of fun. Stuff that did not always make it to the screen. One day on set, the crew noticed something a little unusual. One of the stars, let us just say it was not Sheldon, decided to give everyone a little surprise. Now, when I say surprise, I do not mean gifts or snacks. No, this was a bold, hilarious prank that only someone with a very cheeky sense of humor could pull off. It all started during a break in filming. The cameras were off, but the cast and crew were still around, talking and laughing. And then this star slipped in quietly and left something behind. Something small, something personal. And yes, it got everyone talking. The funny thing is, the crew did not know whether to laugh or be shocked. Some tried to ignore it, hoping it would disappear. But by the end of the day, the word had spread across the studio like wildfire. Even the directors had to step in, shaking their heads, but secretly they were laughing too. Now, you might be wondering who was the star, and what exactly did they do? Well, it was none other than Kaley Cuoco, the actress who played Penny. Yes, Kaley is known for her bubbly personality and mischievous sense of humor. On this particular day, she decided to give her crew a little something extra. A personal gesture that was cheeky, hilarious, and totally unexpected. Kaley has always been close with the crew. Over the years, they became like family. And she wanted to show her appreciation in her own funny way. So she left. Well, let us just say it was a gesture that only people who knew her sense of humor would understand. The crew laughed, blushed, and had stories to tell for years. The reactions were priceless. Some crew members pretended to be angry, but their smiles gave them away. Others could not stop sharing the story with friends outside the studio. And the best part is, it did not disrupt filming at all. In fact, it made the day on set way more memorable. Kaley's little stunt became one of those inside jokes that stayed with everyone forever. This is not the only time cast members pulled pranks or shared funny moments, but it is one of the most talked about. Over the years, the Big Bang Theory cast became known not just for their acting, but for creating a playful, almost family-like environment behind the cameras. And gestures like this, bold, funny, and a little embarrassing, helped build that bond. What is interesting is that moments like these tell us a lot about how much effort goes into making a show feel natural. On screen, the cast looks perfect, but off-screen, they are just people having fun, joking, and sometimes giving the crew a story they will never forget. And honestly, that is the magic behind shows like The Big Bang Theory. Kaley's stunt was not mean-spirited. It was playful, cheeky, and showed just how close the cast and crew were. It also reminded everyone that even in a high-pressure environment like a television set, humor can make the day brighter. So next time you watch The Big Bang Theory, remember there are stories behind the scenes that are just as funny as anything on screen. Little gestures, little pranks, they all add up to moments that no audience sees, but that everyone on set remembers forever. Kaley Cuoco's little surprise is one of those stories that shows the human side of actors, the part you do not always see on television. It is cheeky, fun, and yes, maybe a bit scandalous. But it is also proof that laughter really is the best way to connect with people, no matter what you do for work. So next time you watch your favorite episodes, think about the behind-the-scenes moments that made the show special. And maybe, just maybe, someone on set is still laughing about Kaley's cheeky little surprise.